At this point in the year, any resolution that isn't top of mind is likely an afterthought. This doesn't mean the year is over. Before it ends, let's lean into accomplishing the one thing we would brag about failing at because it's worth the sacrifice. This week's question is, what is something I would be proud to fail on? In my 15th year at work, I'm facing significant questions about whether it's time for a change in leadership. I've been wrestling with whether my desire to stay in my position is selfish. At the same time, I'm grappling with the magnitude of the challenges ahead of us, especially given that we've missed our targets for the past 2 years. While this is not a source of pride, I am proud of our team's effort. The safe route would be to set our targets so low that we couldn't possibly miss them next year. However, achieving low targets doesn't excite me. I'd rather take a big swing and miss striking out with pride than get a base hit that doesn't impact the gain or align with our purpose. It's crucial to remain flexible, nimble, and smart. So I'm not advocating for an all or nothing approach, but for taking a bit more risk for a substantially greater reward. That is something I could be proud to fail at. 3 years ago, I made a bold $2 million bet that the pandemic would accelerate the adoption of technology and software in schools, especially since big players like Google, Meta, and Microsoft weren't designing for low-income schools. Both assumptions have proven correct. However, I had no experience in building, managing, or selling software, which made the learning curve steeper and more costly. Despite multiple stop-start and go-no-go decisions, we've seen promising initial results this past school year. We've recorded nearly 250,000 grades, over 11,000 assignments, and more than 6,000 anecdotals. This progress, although filled with challenges, shows that we're on the right track. We've been a bit cautious about not alienating potential customers, but we firmly believe our software can make a positive impact in schools. That's why I'm doubling down on our software sales, knowing that it's worth the risk of failure because the stakes are incredibly high. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. Ultimately, taking these risks and facing potential failure is something I would be proud to fail on. Thank you to the over 4,000 members who signed up to accelerate their learning. I'm grateful to be on this learning journey with you. Get after it.